If you want to tap in to your feminine energy as a woman, the first step is to admit that you're terrified of it. Real feminine energy, probably like real masculine energy, is tremendously misunderstood, and our relationship to it is extremely fucked up. Your first awareness of yourself as a feminine being was forged in violence. People who were bigger than you and stronger than you were drawn to you, all of a sudden wanting something from you, wanting to own something, wanting to take something, wanting to be near something. From the very moment that femininity entered my being, it was dangerous. Men and boys, they want to be close to it, and yet they resented the effect that it had on them. They want to own it. They want to dominate it. They want it to be theirs, like an exotic bird in a cage, like a trophy just for them to use and get the benefit of. And the entrance of femininity dropped like food coloring in water, like blood in a pool that sharks could smell, into my relationships with other women, polarized between me and the women of my family, created tensions, scapegoating, projections in my groups of friends. All of us trying to survive, all of us jockeying for position, all of us trying to benefit from the image of the femininity that we could have without the danger of actually embodying it, because the feminine is dangerous. She is dangerous in all her faces, in her innocence, in her rage, in her wisdom, in her beauty, in her true power, in her true love. To be her, to allow her, is to put yourself into danger. And so we've been enculturated into a relationship with the feminine that mitigates that terror by objectification, de-animism, and extraction, which might sound like a lot of mumbo jumbo, but let me explain. Because you can see this with the earth itself. To truly behold her in her power, in her diversity, in her planetary soul, to really let that in is so profoundly overwhelming. It's like in Italian, what they call it, terribilità. It's a terrifying awesomeness. And so we adjust the aperture by objectifying her, by de-animating her, by only letting in part of her power and seeing her as just an object that's there to support our subjective experience. We love her in pieces and parts, taking this and taking that, choosing our favorites, because to really let in the whole magnificent, exquisite, intricate system would be to surrender into a relationship with the feminine that we don't know how to do, right? That we haven't been taught how to do, that we've lost along the way and been violently cleaved and severed along the way from how to do. And just like humanity's relationship with the earth, when the earth does something that doesn't support humanity, humanity demonizes and projects and murders and modulates and carves that part of the earth into something that will serve humanity. And when she's actually in her fullness serving humanity the best, when she has the most resource rich, when she has the most paradise like heavens, Garden of Edens for us to play with, we go and we take that too. We take everything we can from that too. So we can see this with the earth herself. To be in any face of the feminine, it is only danger. And then we do this with our own bodies, with our own feminine bodies. We get ideas in our mind about how we want them to perform, how they should be, what they should be providing for us. And we like mine the territory, mine the ecosystem and the landscape of our own body in order to give us these outcomes. Like when you have a goal, like you want to get a guy, or you want to advance in some area of your life, or you just want to feel good for a second, it's almost like you'll turn on the faucet of your feminine energy from like behind a screen, and you'll allow just a little bit of it to come through to like be seductive, or to like harness that feminine power in the service of this different goal, to the extent that it feels safe and to the extent that it can be channeled through the vessel of your primary persona that you've created. And then once you get that thing, it's like, okay, go back now. Okay, you've done your job. You've served me. You've gotten me what I wanted. You've gotten me what I needed. Time to put you back in your little box so that I can go on feeling safe in this version of me that I have created, that I feel provides me sufficient safety through the world. And that safety is precisely defined by how much of her and which faces of her you're letting in. And how often when you're trying to feel pleasure, it's about trying to, reach like a oh moment or something like that. Either maybe you're with a guy and you're telling your body to just do it, to do the thing, because you don't want to take too long, or you want him to feel good, or you want that bonding moment that comes from it. Or even when you're with yourself and you're just trying to get your body to contract and do this thing that's going to give you the chemicals that help you relax or that help you feel good. It's like you're mining your own body for this experience in this vast, expansive territory of what you could be experiencing by actually allowing and letting that feminine energy through. It's like there's this one pathway that we're allowed and this one pathway that we're taught. And it's just trying to force her into conforming to our agenda and make that happen. And all of this is replicating the relationship to the feminine internally, right? It's a mirror for probably how people are relating to you from the external that is so painful and so violent. And so no shade, because like these are the waters that we're all swimming in, but it is about pattern recognition that we have not been modeled other ways of relating to the feminine. And so it's just that fractal thing. It's like we're doing it within, we're doing it to the earth, other people are doing it to us, and it hurts and it hurts and it hurts, and it's scary every single time, and it cuts us off and severs us and limits to a ghost of the possibility of what it could be to be in this body and to be connected to feminine energy. I have stopped listening to everybody about their ideas about what feminine energy is. All these images of like red dress and grabbing the dirt and screaming, that's fine, but it's an external image. And stop listening to people who want to use it to get things from men, this dark feminine stuff. Instead, just work on healing the fear and listening, creating a safe space within, protecting her, listening to and allowing her.